Hello and welcome to Be Powerful with Liz and Lee. It's a new day and we're so glad you're here.
So you can expect to hear candid conversations on what it means to be powerful. Live authentically, live in the midst of ups and downs, productively, and above all else, joyfully.
We are so thankful for you, our community of listeners, and we hope you enjoy today's show. And we're off. Hi, everybody.
We're
Hi.
back.
Miss Liz, hello.
Hi, Lee. How are you today?
Wow.
We're in the blue room.
We're back in the blue room.
Back in the blue room. We went outside to put the turtleneck on. It's cold.
It is a little chilly today.
Seasonal. Seasonal. It's a good thing. I know you just turned me down, didn't you?
No, I did not. I did not. You sound great.
Well, I don't need to sound so good today. You're the one that needs to sound good. Wait a minute. Didn't you just tell me you have like a scratchy throat or something?
Yeah, but I took some vitamin C. It's gone.
And you're not going to like get near me?
No.
Okay, good.
Don't worry. I'm not sick. We are preventative.
We are. Yeah.
Preventative.
Yeah.
What?
It's just a lot of action going on during the holiday spirit, right?
That's right.
Action.
The season. You gotta
Yeah.
stay healthy.
Okay, so I have an idea today.
Oh, good.
Yeah,
Let's see.
this is an idea I came
Let's
up
see
with
where we
about
go.
2 minutes ago. So
Super.
on this blog I've been writing, I got this
You had to
question.
throw that
I got
in.
a question. Wasn't about me.
Mm-hmm.
It was about you.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to interview you today.
What was the question?
How about this was literally what they said. How about Lee telling her story? Like you've never gotten to speak, which,
That's funny.
apparently they haven't heard our podcast because we have several episodes,
Mhm.
especially in the very beginning.
Yeah.
And one literally said about Lee. But I thought it was time for us an update,
great.
a little update. So,
Life update.
I'm just going to go ahead and say, I will feel free to jump in.
Well, it's not like you're not here. We're not going to be a part of the conversation.
But Lee, I think the burning question
Oh, do tell.
that this person wanted to know was, tell me your side of the story of what it's like to be a partner with Liz, me.
So the question was, what's Liz like?
No. The question was,
That might not have been
the question was,
their question. But that's your
here's my question. Here's my question. I'm going to go back to the woman who said on your thing, she's just using it. Why are you involved in this situation? Boy, I'm not a good interviewer. I started out with about 8 different ways to say nothing. Okay.
Oh my gosh. Let's start over. Pick one and we'll get to multiple.
All right. Okay.
Ask me a question.
All right, Lee, what is it like to be in this partnership?
All right. Well, that's an all-encompassing question, but I would say overall 10 out of 10.
In which aspect? In business, hotness?
Okay, let's talk about romantic relationship.
Oh, let's do.
Our love partnership.
Yeah, love. Are you going to rate it? Or God, that sounds really
we'll
cold.
just do a rating
That just
system.
sounds cold.
After you've done these blogs, pouring your heart out.
Yeah.
I was like 10.
I'm just going to
8,
rate it. Why don't you go on
6.
and rate some of those? That's a good idea.
No, I'll express what I feel, but overall, really freaking wonderful.
Yeah.
I mean, I love you. I was upstairs a little while ago and just came downstairs to hug you because I was like, I missed you. I just think about
You
you
do
all the
that.
time is what I said.
Oh,
I know. I really need your physical touch and I need your presence. You are, very attractive to me in every way, not just, physically, but in every way. And so I think things are really fun. I enjoy being around you, period, whether or not that's work or play. And I've always felt that. I mean, if this is air quotes, my side of the story, I mean, I've always felt strongly about you, like a care for you, like I want to take care of you. I want to be around you. I have FOMO when you're not around.
Oh, I like that. You have FOMO when I'm not around.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, that's really nice. It reminds me of, remember the New York Times article we were reading yesterday?
Right.
And the Sunday Times about these two men that got married. And one was like 40 years older than the other one.
It was a 41 year,
Yeah,
at least. Or
they made us
46
look like
year.
nothing, right? But they asked the guy, like, what makes you so attractive to Jim? And he goes, I know that Jim
Will always take care of me. And we were so judgy. Like,
we were
well,
very judgy.
yeah, I mean,
No, but we don't. Yeah. Do you? Yeah.
no. And I don't
Yeah.
mean that
Mhm.
I need to take care of you in your
Or
aging
no, maybe I need
years.
to take care of you.
I mean, that's kind of how I feel.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, good.
No, just period. I would want any partnership to take care of each other, whatever that means in the moment, in the future,
Mm-hmm.
everything. That I mean, it's, cliche or not, you definitely let me be my whole true self. I feel comfortable with you. I want to be around you and tell you everything. You're my little person. You're my little person.
This is fun so far.
I know.
This
And what
is
you
really
said,
good.
that what's
Okay.
it like to be a partner? Like, I feel
Yeah.
like that, right?
Yes.
I mean,
Do you feel married?
yeah, for sure. Whatever that means.
Right.
I mean, I feel
Oh, you sound like Prince Charles now. That's what he said to Diana.
What?
When they were interviewed, I've been alive since, President Lincoln was just inaugurated, but they asked Prince Charles when he was going to marry Diana, what is it like do you love her, or what is it like to be in love? And he goes, well, love, whatever that is. It was so callous.
yikes.
It was horrible. It was
Well,
a foreshadowing of
yeah.
that relationship.
Well, I'm sorry that's where your mind went, but we've been watching The Crown, so that's
We have.
fair that you made that
We did.
analogy.
Yes.
But no, that's not what I mean at all. I just know that you and I wear some diamonds. We're engaged. We're double engaged. We talk about marriage, and that's not.
I feel married.
Yes, and what does that mean? I mean, I feel
100% committed.
yeah,
Is that how you feel?
right. Yes, that I want to live my life with you
Mm-hmm. I love
all the
that.
time.
Okay, well, I wanted to go to business, but now I want to go here.
Okay, great.
So, what in your greatest dream, imaginative dream, would a wedding look like to me?
To you or to me?
No.
She's
A
interviewing
marriage
herself.
to me.
Oh, you said wedding. What are we talking about? A wedding or a marriage?
I know I'm going with the celebrate. I've got this turtleneck.
Are you
I'm not
getting
used
nervous?
to it. I'm not
talking about marriage.
Yeah, I feel
She's got hives.
I feel like it's like choking my
Oh
neck.
my gosh.
Well, I thought it was going to be outside, and then it got cold. So
And you
anyway,
keep the temperature high. I sneakily turned it down before we
thank
started.
God. Okay.
Okay. The question is, what would my dream wedding to you look like?
Yes.
Oh, good. Okay. I'm glad I could work that out for you. It goes back and forth because we all know I have a wedding dress. And so that needs to be worn and seen. And you don't have an outfit.
I
But
can
that's
come
gonna
up with
be
one.
amazing.
I can come up with one.
And so there's a part of me that wants it to be big, splendid, excessive.
Yes.
And part of me that wants to like run away and be quiet about it. I don't know.
Yes.
There's not one right way. I don't know why this is a challenging decision because there's so many options.
Do you think it's because, I agree with what you just said. It's sort of like one day you let's just have a big celebration
Right.
and invite all these people that have supported us and even some that haven't, especially those.
I'm not sure they're invited.
Yeah. And just have a big shout out to the world.
Because that's fun.
Because it's fun. And we love a party.
What you said, people who have supported us.
Mm-hmm.
That feels nice to bring them in on the action. And no one cares. I always get nervous. Like, here we are again. Maybe.
Well, no, they do care. They care. They care. They don't necessarily care about us, but they care about the spectacle of that.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah. Which leads me to another TV show we were watching last night, which is an old rerun of Sex and the City.
Yeah.
Where I don't know why I'm on this two gay guy thing, but these two gay guys got married. It's the two of the main characters.
Right. Stan and the other.
And Liza Minnelli shows up. And the one with the red hair that's actually a lesbian in real life, what's her name? Miranda. Miranda says, and Carrie, the girl, the character Carrie is going, how did he get Liza Minnelli here? And she goes, well, you get this many gay people together and Liza Minnelli just manifests. She said she just manifests.
Yes.
And I went, there's got to be some truth to that. It was either going to be her or Barbara Streisand.
Liberace or I don't know.
No. They don't care about him. They care about these women. Yeah, I totally understand gay guys. But
Because
anyway,
you are kind of one.
I
Maybe that's a stretch.
Yeah. But anyway, I digressed.
Yeah, you did. I mean, I'm gonna flip it on you since you want to talk.
Nope.
Like,
Don't
what
want
is
to
your
talk. This is
dream
your
wedding?
interview. Oh, that's easy. I
Go.
mean, it's similar to what we watched last night.
Yeah.
But here's the problem with the gay men's choir. And I do love all men, hetero, homo, blah, 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 whatever, furries. I don't care. I just like all. I had to say that. I don't know why. But I wanted to have like, if I had this massive celebration, sort of like they did on Sex and the City, I would want to have the gay men's choir. However, I would want to have that same gay men's choir.
Like really attractive.
Hot on a stick, young gay guys singing show tunes from Camelot, and it was really good, and they were really cute, and I would want them to sing something like, I don't know what I have ideas, but I'm not gonna come up with the song yet.
Okay.
So anyway, it would be like that, like that down the like here's the aisle of the big place, and down the aisle are standing the gay men's choir with trays of champagne, so that and they're singing while they're serving you champagne and seating you in your seats.
Caught it.
And then they proceed very carefully up to a big podium at the very front of this place, and they proceed to sing show tunes from Camelot, like they did in that one, and other great show tunes, but I'm not going to give them away because it could actually happen. And then we kind of come in. But anyway, again.
So a dramatic
either that
affair
or nothing.
Okay, let me ask you this.
No, I'm not.
What's the point of getting married? What do you want? Like a real intimate, lovely
It's not about the marriage. It's about
not at all. It's about the gay men's choir and you.
It really is. It's about spectacle. No, marriage.
Yeah, it is.
No, I'm really kidding, of course. I mean, marriage is what we have right now. We just aren't legally there yet, which we will be stat soon. But
okay.
Spectacle is spectacle. And which makes me a little bit like a gay man. I like the flamboyant men that are, like that. And they just like, oh, over the top, more is more, and bring more on. But that is not, I'm kidding around, because that is not that is not the gist. Gist.
The gist.
Not the juxt.
That's not the vibe you want?
I was going with juxtaposition and gist, which anyway, let's get back to you.
I don't know what the point is of this.
The point is, okay, so let's talk a little bit more about you.
She's trying to think of something to ask.
No, I know. I have a whole registry of questions in my mind.
Registry, wedding, ding, ding, ding.
Yeah. Speaking of, would you want to have wedding presents?
No, that's tacky. We're too old.
Would you want cash? What would you want?
Well, sure. Yeah. Bring it.
What would you really want?
Nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Right.
Nothing.
Right.
No.
Okay.
What would you want?
Would you want anything different from what you have now? Like in a partnership?
No, I've told you that 1,000 times.
Right. So we could just go along as we're going on.
Yeah. Don't worry.
Right. Okay.
Really, what would change?
Let's switch.
Okay.
I have a switch question.
Ah.
I am obviously a spot on interviewer.
Yeah, you're really great at this.
I'm good at this. I'm not. I'm kidding, of course, but I'm going to get better at this point right now. Here's the best question.
Okay.
What's it like to work with and for your me?
What am I like as a boss?
I feel like it, and it's back to me. No. No, let's go with, what is it like?
What's it like? We know the question. How good if you shut up, I'll answer it.
This is crazy. Go ahead.
It's challenging.
In what ways?
You like when things come up, you need them off your plate immediately, and that leads to a sense of
urgency,
and also multitasking in a way that's a little frenetic, a little.
That was an honest answer.
Non-organized, and so I have to find ways to go hold, write it down. I'll get back to you, put a pin in it. So we have two different personalities in that way. I have access to your emails, so I try to just
good to know, y'all. Good to know.
them
She does. She gets in my emails. Yeah,
like you've asked me to, and try to keep things from slipping through the cracks.
So if you've got like a personal thing, don't email, text. Keep going.
Okay, you're passionate about what you do, and that shines through. You're
talking about me again.
I know. That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
And so therefore, I think that bleeds through. It makes everybody else passionate about what they're doing. You are just real and authentic, and you're not afraid to make mistakes, and you're not trying to be perfect or do those things I said make for a good business. You are passionate, you're involved, you're engaged, you have reasonable expectations, but when the expectations are there, you want them done. You're not a micromanager. You just let it happen. You say what you want, and then we need to get that done. And when it doesn't, then I'm going to hear about it.
Kind of hits the fan. It doesn't hit the fan too bad.
No, it doesn't at all. I mean, because I'm the first to say, shit, sorry, got to do that.
Yeah.
But I do think it is intense at times for me because and I've said this before, it never stops really. And so I have to kind of compartmentalize more than you do. And I don't know if that's more your personality or more because it is your business. I'm sure there's part of that.
Feels like
but
ours.
I have to stop sometimes.
Yes, you do. As most people do. And I do. I will own that. I do own the fact that I can be difficult in that, especially in that area. I do not even try to separate my business and my personal life because they are all one big thing. And I live and breathe both of them, and they feel totally symbiotic and perfect and happy. And I'm never stressed by having one or the other. I also know that I'm alone in that. I don't know. You don't do that, and nobody else does that. And it can be hard.
Right.
And so it's one of my challenges, but also one of the things I try to do because I adore you and want to keep you at an even keel and happy is to separate that when I can, realize when I'm pushing too far.
Sure.
But does it help now that I sort of empowered, another overused word, but hired you have become the sort of leader of the pack, the manager of the studio, whereas I'm involved as the owner.
Sure.
All that. But.
Yeah. Well, let me back up a few steps. One, I agree initially with everything you said. Like, I too feel like we have a good, like, I like to do work and pleasure together. I have no problem that they all bleed together. Like, you're my boss, you're the owner, I work for you, we're in this relationship, and that all is fine for me. But I disagree with well, you might feel alone in it, but I disagree that I don't like that. I do like that, but I do have to stop sometimes.
Right.
So I don't mind it all
Good
being
clarification, actually.
blended, but there's times XYZ that I go, that's done or that can wait.
Right.
Like, everybody deserves a moment off the clock to, if we're on a walk.
Right.
We will talk about business if we want to, but to leave the phone or the emails or the tasks and the to-dos alone, because a lot of it can wait. So there's where my thing is, and is, you have given us, leadership and capabilities to know you're very clear about what you believe and what you feel. And therefore it's easy for me and our team to take that and do the things that you don't need to be doing when you do want to grow in different ways.
Thank you. That's good. So this is working so far.
In case you were unsure.
Yeah.
Yeah, you nailed your boss report.
Well, thanks.
Because that's what the point of this
the whole point is, because I always thought if I'm not having fun, I don't want to do it. So I also don't want the people that work for me not having fun.
Right.
Because then they don't want to do it. And not that everything's got to be fun, but even the tasks that are challenging, you've got to feel like you're empowered. Once again, there's that word, I'm going to use it a lot, but empowered to do and use your own creativity to sort of add to the business. And one of my challenges, it's not even a challenge. One of the things I'm trying more and more, sort of a goal going forward in this business, is to really spotlight people that are working hard, that are, and I think everybody is. That's what's so incredible. The more you allow people to be creative, the more creative they get, and the more value they feel, and the more value they add to your company.
Exactly. You have a very small company.
Teeny.
I mean,
it's great.
It is you, and then it is me, and it is Carrie, and it is Abby, and our trainers. And we've talked about them recently. I mean, everybody is amazing, but you don't have somebody for everything. I mean, we are looking at the financials together. It's not somebody else. We are not growing this business. You have someone, a friend, who has very generously helped you with business mind language in growth of these studios. However, it is a small team. And so that's...
Until it's not, which we are already in one city, and we'd like to be in other cities. And then it's going to be... That's why I want this core to be able to encompass.
Yes. But what I'm saying is, when you are starting, what I've had to learn really is what I'm good at and what I enjoy and what I don't, and where not to spin my wheels. Because there have been plenty of times where I'm doing work that's just like wasteful to where I can provide growth. And that's a hard lesson when we're not 20 deep in staff. When the to-do list is, at the end of the day, you and me. Like in your emails, for example, when I also have to teach and develop that route.
How do you feel that's going? Because we've talked about that a lot with, I think our little staff is pretty darn flexible and you talk about somebody that can pick up the slack on somebody else. I think you're beginning to really be willing to allow others. Like I had to begin to be willing to allow others. We all have to do that, or either readjust and hire assistants or people that can really help us. And I think so far we're coming to the end of 2023 right now. Where do you think we sit? And do you feel like you would, do you have goals in 2024 for us as a business?
Yeah, of course. I mean, I think the three things that I always focus on are client satisfaction, that the people who come into the studio or Zoom or stream or are exposed to us in any way, the name, the brand, that they're enjoying the experience, that they're feeling appreciated, met where they are, cared about, challenged physically, and taken care of holistically in their health. So that's number one. And then number two is obvious growth, to meet people who we haven't met yet and share that with them, to grow new studios in new cities and to help their staff grow. And that's a challenge for me, is how to scale it, how to take the magic that we're doing in one city and do it in every city in a way that's manageable. That was two things. What was
I thought you were really, well, the two things are really important, two things. And I think we're succeeding, and we would love to hear from y'all if you disagree or agree, because there is a small town aspect to our big city work. We are doing small community outreach to a large community throughout the United States, online, throughout some countries, and many countries and around the world. Our outreach is that streaming service. And we get, usually you would think a business gets only the negativity. We get so many really beautiful just comments, DMs, emails saying, thank you so much. I feel I'm a part of Hilliard Studio Method, and I live in Timbuktu or wherever they live. And I think that's a great pat on the back. That's what I'd never, ever want to lose. I want that to continue. And I know we've got what it takes to continue that.
Absolutely.
I think the challenges will be, as you expand, continuing that grade A, first class diamond service that we have. And
that's all in who you hire and what you impart upon them is what is important and makes the brand Hilliard Studio Method. And it's obviously you, and it's that energy and that message and that feeling that you get when you walk into a Hilliard Studio Method, even if you are not there. And what I see happening is this growth in you of writing and, you know, and all these magazines across the world. A Portuguese article just came out. And I love that that exposure is there because you are an absolute expert in fitness, and now at almost 70, aging well and healthfully. And I have to realize what I can bring to the table. And, you know, it takes every day, every year, every decade to recognize I am who I am.
Yes. Well, you are.
I'm not who I'm not.
Yeah.
And just to
you sound like Popeye.
Trust
I am what I am. Keep going. I like it.
I mean, and to trust that and to know that that's enough. And sometimes that doesn't feel like enough for me, but that's, you know, we can always grow and evolve, but we can gain more skills or more experience or more wisdom, but our personality and what we offer the world and our energy, I can only do the best with that.
Yeah. Which you bring to the table every day.
Yeah. So I'm not going to try to copy anybody else and I
have to say this, it's an interesting dynamic because we are partnership in life and a partnership really and truly in the business. And if we were Liz and Lee from, 7 years ago, I would still want you doing. So this is not a, nepotism thing at all. This is not even close.
You said partner. We're not partners. You own the business.
Well, I know, but
we just work together that way.
Right. But we do. And I would want you in this position no matter what. You are that person, period. You're that person. You breathe and teach and live this method as an example to everyone that meets you, including not just our clients, but everyone you meet. And you can't ask more than that. I mean, you really are the embodiment of this business. And so that, for me, is one of the most gratifying things there is. And I see that in Carrie and in Sarah and Abby and some of the, the trainers, all the trainers, but really some of our top, it always feels like a family doing business together in the very best way.
Right. Well, it's hard and it's physical. And I think that is part of that magic, right? When you're putting your soul on the table, physically as well as mentally, because it takes a lot of brain synapses going.
It's hard to teach this, by the way. I want you guys to, when you're coming in the studio or watching us, or not watching us, doing it online, put yourself in the shoes of that teacher on the mic. Looking in the camera, and also she's got 34 people in the room, and I'm so impressed by you all. I mean, I do it too; it's my thing too. But I'm so impressed, and it's not easy to do, and you all love it and teach it well, and so that's why we're so successful. And
and that's why the trainers who are there, are there and doing well because they care about the clients, and this workout makes sense to them, and they enjoy it, and that's what you've got to do in life, no matter what.
That's why it's also hard to find trainers.
Right.
It really is. I mean, as a matter of fact, if you're interested in being a trainer, we're always looking because the more we have in that building, the more we can offer. But it is quite a thing to teach. And so you can't teach more than 2, sometimes 3. Sometimes you'll do 3 classes a day. It's not like teaching a thing where you're standing up and you're just by rote telling you the next move, the next move, the next move. Even though you're not doing every single move, you're using energy like crazy. I mean, half y'all have like the watches and you're like, holy cow, I just burned like 750 calories teaching a class or something crazy like that. So, but if, it's a special individual that can do it. So we're always looking for that. Y'all
absolutely
keep us posted. I mean, Lee's the queen.
Let me know.
The queen of finding those people.
No, I'm not the queen of finding them at all. I just try to help people, be themselves. Like, what is it as a instructor, trainer that people gravitate towards you? I mean, it's kind of peeling that.
What do you think it is for you? Because people do gravitate toward you.
That I care about the clients, truly.
Yeah, I think it is.
That I do, that it matters. That
And
I'm
you're
not
damn good.
just teaching words or memorization. Obviously there's a method, but people coming into a space. So start there, like, hello, welcome. And then it's feeling what they need and reading the energy in the room and encouraging. And it's just,
have you ever been in a class, and I'm talking to the audience now, where the teacher is just looking in the mirror at themselves and they're just watching themselves do the workout? We don't do that. I mean, and it's that I have a million times. And I remember when I was going through different workouts and trying to figure out, what is this something I'm trying to do? I know what I want to do, but how do I want these classes to roll? I would go to some of the very, very top workouts in New York City and LA. And I really didn't find many trainers that were not very I don't want to say self-absorbed. Maybe they weren't, but they were eyes on themselves in the mirror.
Interesting.
And I thought, no, I don't want that. I want you to look at the people in the room,
right,
and to pay attention to who they are and who their husbands and wives and such are, and things like that. So I think that really, you are the epitome of that. You're just. It's not selfless. It's just a caring trainer.
No, it's not. And I mean, I have more insecurities than probably most people who
Which is probably a good thing for the people.
In the mirror, because I'm not there to go look at my body and how great it is and let me just
that's for me to do.
I was about
just
to say,
kidding.
We're talking about the business a lot. Any more questions for me before we land this plane?
We're not landing the plane. It's not time.
We're not on a time frame.
We're not.
No, but
I know we got off on the business. We sure did. We did, but
that's great.
But I wanted to. I'm glad we did, because that's important.
It's the most.
Again, our partnership, and I know that we're not partners in business, but we are. I own the business. And you're like, hold up, you are not paying me enough to call me a partner.
Call me a business partner.
Don't you call me a business partner.
That's not the way it works.
No, but I couldn't. I really choose to do life with you always.
Thank you.
And
I do.
I choose to have you with me if I can.
Keep your shit together.
And that is to be continued. We shall see if that shit can stay together. No, it's so much fun.
It is.
It's fun. So on Christmas morning, when that comes up, I'm not going to talk business the moment we start opening presents. I'm just not going to do it.
Thank you. Is that what I'm supposed to say?
Just
take a breather.
Take a breather now and then. Yeah, no. We get outside. I'm having a lot of fun doing what I'm doing, and I love you so much, and I just wanted to. I don't think I got all my questions out. Then again, I didn't plan any questions, but I just like hearing what you have to say.
Thanks.
About anything. You want to read a poem or something?
No, Liz, I don't. So we kind of covered like what I think about you and me and what I think about you as a business owner.
No.
But I'm doing great in life all by myself.
Well, I think you're pretty amazing.
Thanks.
Don't screw up.
Any other questions?
No. Except I'm excited about the holiday coming up, and I'm excited to see what you have me under the tree. And you should be damn excited to see what you have under the tree.
We're not doing presents. So that's
they
just
say.
False.
So they say.
That's just false.
Who talks to Santa more than you? Me.
Good. Okay, I haven't been talking to him.
That's awesome. I love you.
I love you too.
Are we done?
Looks like it.
Love you again.
Bye.
Thanks for listening to us today, wherever you get your podcasts. And remember, you can now find our podcast on YouTube.
Yeah. If you liked it, please share, rate, and review. We love 5 stars. And we hope you'll work out with us online or in studio at HilliardStudioMethod.com.